A multi-faith group of 9 Louisiana families filed suit in federal court today in an attempt to block the 10 Commandments from being displayed in every classroom. The families are Christians, Jews, and non-religious individuals. They're represented by several groups, including the ACLU. They say the law interferes with parents' First Amendment rights to direct their children's religious education. The suit alleges that HB 71 is a violation of the separation of church and state, and says the lawsuit's necessary to protect the religious freedom of Louisiana public school children.
We plan to appear before that judge very soon with papers seeking a preliminary injunction that would bar the enforcement of this statute immediately. We hope to prosecute that preliminary injunction with all speed and work toward a hearing as soon as possible this summer so that this law can never effectively be implemented for the children of Louisiana.
Now, that case will be heard by U.S. District Judge John DeGravelle in Baton Rouge. Constitutional attorney Royal Alexander was in our studios this evening. I asked him about the Establishment Clause as it applies to display of the 10 Commandments in schools.
But the reason I completely disagree that the posting of the 10 Commandments in public schools is an establishment of religion is because there's a ton of historical, cultural, literary significance to the 10 Commandments that has nothing to do with religion. So my point is that it should be able to be posted. The 10 Commandments serve as the foundation of our civil and criminal law in this country.
Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill was traveling today but released this written statement on the 10 Commandments lawsuit. She said in part, "We cannot comment on a lawsuit we haven't seen, but it seems the ACLU only selectively cares about the First Amendment. It doesn't care when the Biden administration censors speech or arrests pro-life protesters, but apparently it will fight to prevent posters that discuss our own legal history." And the Louisiana Freedom Caucus released a statement on the 10 Commandments bill, reading in part, "The Louisiana Freedom Caucus is grateful to Governor Jeff Landry for signing the 10 Commandments bill into law. This is not only a religious document, but also the foundational document of the time-honored legal traditions of the entirety of Western civilization." Houghton State Rep. Dodie Horton authored the 10 Commandments bill. She was there last week as the governor signed her bill into law at a school in Lafayette. That's Dodie sitting down. She's on the governor's right. She called it a great day, and I visited with her as she drove home from Lafayette on the day the governor turned her bill into the law of the land. I understand that when he signed it, he said, bring on the lawsuits.
Yes. We have a great attorney general, as you know, who really was a great advisor on this bill. And so, again, we focus on the historical significance of the 10 Commandments and its role that was played in education, beginning with the first textbook and all the way through the centuries. And you know, the 10 Commandments hung on the wall of the classrooms for almost 3 centuries. And so it needs to go back to where it belongs, and it'd be a positive message for our children.
And almost as if mimicking the governor, Horton said she's prepared to face down all the lawsuits. In a companion piece, Horton passed a bill last year requiring display of the phrase, "In God We Trust," in all Louisiana classrooms. It is break time. When we come back, more fallout from the Arkansas